Hey everybody, welcome to All Things Carla Jones. If you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you join my community and I would love to be a part of your life journey. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button. I would love it. It will help me and help you and help so many other people see this content. Today, we're going to be talking about my lock journey. I have been locked for the past 4 years and it has been a exceptional experience. I have enjoyed having locks. I will not go back. It is something that has become easy. It has become a part of my life. I know a lot of people are on the fence whether they should get locks or not, or whether they should continue the styles. I personally just got tired of all of the weave, all of the braids, all of the tracks, buying the hair, getting it glued, getting it sewn. I got so tired of that because I always wanted a protective style for my hair and I just got tired of always buying hair. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna grow my own. So I did, and it took a couple of years. It took about 2 years for my hair to really start a nice lock pattern, and then after that I can't stop it from growing. At this point, they're growing really fast. I do have a lock regimen that I do prefer to use, and I will share that with you during this video. So if you're on the fence about getting locks, I am here to encourage you. I am pro locks all single day long. I love locks and I love the ability to style them. They're very versatile. You can style them, you can color them, you can curl them. I'll show you some photos of some styles that I've had and some protective styles that I've had that I've really enjoyed in the past. And I really think that you're going to love it if you choose to embark upon that journey. It is a commitment. So once you start it, you just kind of have to hang in there and just love the journey and allow the journey to grow on you as you grow as a person, because they are truly a treasure to have once you grow them and once you go through that process with them. Trust the process. They do grow, and once they get to growing, child, you cannot stop them from growing. So if you have a curly hair pattern, which is what I had, I was always having to use heat to straighten my hair or to get a nice style. And then even when I swept my hair out, it would get kinky and curly and coily. And I just really got tired of that. I didn't want to put any chemicals in my hair because chemicals do cause cancer. So I didn't want any chemicals on my scalp, straightening my hair and putting those chemicals in my body, because I do believe that it is important to watch the amount of chemicals that African Americans are putting in their hair and on their skin. So I haven't had chemicals probably for the last 11 years in my hair. So I've been natural for the past 11 years, but that is my story. That is my personal story. And I'll show some pictures kind of my journey when I started my locks and what it looked like. And I hope that it will be a source of encouragement to you to start. They're not hard. You do need to find somebody who is licensed. You need to find somebody who knows what they're doing. It does depend on the type of lock that you want. So if you like smaller locks like me, micro locks, there are sister locks. You can get those. Those take a while to install. These took a while to install as well. They do take hours to install. I think I spent 15 hours in a chair initially when I started these. It was about 15 hours. I maybe had a 30-minute break. I was hurting so bad. I was sitting in the chair that long, but they were worth it. That day was worth it because I never really had to do it again. And now it really only takes about maybe an hour and 30 minutes, maybe 2 hours for my loctician to palm roll each and every one of these. I probably have about 300 locks in my hair. They've grown and matured so much, and they've matured beautifully, and I'm very happy with the process that I've gone through to get to this point. So it is a journey, it is a commitment, it is a process just like anything else. But if you're willing to do it and it's something that you want to do, then I suggest that you move forward with doing it. There are going to be a lot of people who will try to talk you out of it. There will be a lot of people who will talk about you during the stages. They'll talk about you behind your back and you won't even hear it. But don't worry about it, because it is something that you are going to be so happy with as you progress. Now, I do have certain products and a certain regimen, and I'll share that with you coming up here next. Now, for my lock regimen, there are things that I do regularly and there are things that I absolutely do not do. And I'm going to share some of those secrets with you. So regularly, I do get a twist at least about every 3 to 4 weeks. I try not to wait to the 4-week mark because my hair starts itching in the middle, and then it also starts getting sore, and you just don't want to get to the point to where your scalp is too dirty. And that is the key, keeping your scalp clean. Your hair will grow so much faster if you keep your scalp clean. There are a lot of people that say, don't wash your locks that much. Now, if you're just starting out, this doesn't apply to you. So at the beginning, just don't wash your hair for the first couple of months, maybe 3 to 6 months if you can bear it. Try to keep the water out of your hair so that your locking and your loctician can help you with that. There are products that help you keep your hair clean during that process without water, and that is what I recommend so that you get a nice lock. But I did wait at least I think 4 months until I actually washed my hair, because I wanted my hair to lock very nicely in the beginning. But after you get through that process and you move on and your locks mature, the regimen that I prefer is to wash my hair. My loctician always teaches me to wash my hair if it's dirty. That is just best practice. If it's dirty, or if you haven't washed it, or if you're sweating. I work out a lot. If it is a lot of buildup, or if I need to, cleanse my locks, I do it. I don't worry about how many times I've done it in that week, but I also plan it around if I'm gonna get retwisted, because what I don't want to do is wash it and then it stay washed and then it starts getting kinky and coily in the middle, and then your locks start getting tangled or your hair kind of gets matted in between. And I just like a fresh twist in between my washes. And so if I do wash, it's probably closer to when I know that my loctician is going to come and do my hair, but that's just my preference. But altogether, if I know my loctician isn't coming, I will simply still use shampoo, put it in water. I won't do my scalp, but I will shampoo my locks and make sure that they are clean. So they are always clean. I usually try to cleanse them, but I always really try to make the goal of keeping them clean. Another regimen that I really prefer doing is conditioning every day. So I have certain products that I use to condition my hair every single day. My favorite line is the natural line from Loc Extensions. That is what I recommend you use. Leave-in conditioners, buy them, are great. So I spray my hair with that. I also use a Do Grow Shine Mist, and I spray my hair with that as well every day. Now, everybody has a special regimen for their locks, and I personally have a special regimen for my locks that I love to use. I like to use Loc Extensions. I like to use their natural line. It never breaks my hair, and it has done nothing really but strengthen my hair. And here are my products. So for my shampoo, I use the oat protein and henna shampoo. It is very nice. It's got a nice texture, and it gets my locks very clean. It is a deep cleansing shampoo, so I recommend this. I'm not sure if you can get it on Amazon or not, but I usually go to my local hair store and find this because it is a professional product. So I usually try to make sure that I'm using this as my shampoo. I am very careful with the types of shampoos that I use because I don't want my hair to be dried out. And so that is what I like to use for my shampoo. I also like to use their peppermint and aloe anti-itch. So if my scalp has been itching a lot, I usually use this to cleanse my scalp, cleanse my hair very nicely. It does do the trick and gets the job done as it relates to cleansing and fully feel like you're clean, making your scalp feel like it's clean, like you washed it. It's very nice. The peppermint and aloe work together to soothe your scalp as well as cleanse your hair very good. The other thing that I use after my wash is a conditioner. It is the Kukui and Coconut conditioner. It's a leave-in conditioner. I get the bottle. I just run this through my hair. Even when I am not shampooing, I may use this in between twists just to keep conditioner in my hair. So I do like this product. This product works wonders. As you can see, I use it a lot and it is really good on my hair. Now, the other thing that I also like to use is bamboo and Silk. It is a leave-in conditioner. I love this thing. I use this almost every day, so I'll use this as like a leave-in, as a protector to protect my hair from getting dry or from heat. I don't sit under dryers. That is my huge thing, and I think that's why my hair has grown so fast, grown so long so fast. I never sit under a dryer, and so if I have someone who is asking me to, I tell them no. Not sitting under a dryer reduces the amount of heat that I take to my hair, and so I recommend that if you have locks, just air dry. My loctician is very good. Once she gets done, I just air dry, and it stays for weeks at a time. So I'm very blessed to have a great loctician. If you don't have one, find one, and your hair will last and grow so much faster. Reduce your amount of heat that you use. But this is my ultimate favorite, but I simply just spray it on my hair. This may be like a daily thing. If I feel like my locks are dry, I'll just spray them. As you can see, it's very clean. You don't see any residue. I am big about residue. But it's very, very clean product, very easy to use, and I just spray it and protect my locks, and I absolutely love this product. Sometimes I'll spray it before I go to bed as well. It's one of my favorites. Another thing that I like to use is vitamin treatment. It's called Restore by Design Essentials. As you can see, I am a Design Essentials girl, and I don't use a whole lot of other products, but as you can see, it just looks like gel kind of, and you just rub it, and I just simply put it in my locks. You can rinse it out. Sometimes I just leave it in my locks just as a protection product, but sometimes I'll just put it on my locks and leave it on my locks. It's very light, and I will do this before I go to bed just so that I can ensure that my locks don't get too dry. And it's very clear. You can't see it, doesn't leave residue. You can see that I just put that in, no residue. So I do like using this one. I don't like using anything with a white residue other than my conditioner, just due to the fact that it can produce buildup and things like that. Another thing that I love to use is the Coconut and Manoi Coconut Water Curl Refresher. So sometimes I'll use that. A couple of my locks still have curls on the ends, so I will keep, hope to keep my curl pattern because my hair is naturally curly, so you can see my curls at the end, and I just love to protect my curls. And I just spray this on my ends just to keep them refreshed, so that they don't get too dry, because locks is nothing more than shedded hair, but it's rolled up, right? So you're keeping everything that is shedded. So I'm always trying to protect my ends, protect my locks. And also my fave, as you can see, it's almost gone. This is the Almond and Avocado Overnight Recovery. I love to put this on my hair. I'll simply do what I did with everything else. And as you can see, it kind of looks like conditioner as well. And a lot of times I'll put this on before bed, but you can see that once I rub this in, there's no residue. It's nice and clean, and it smells so good. And so I'll put this on right before I put my bonnet on, and you can see it's very clean, goes through very clean, smells very good. And it is just a product that I live by. So very rare do I go without using this product on my locks, and just making sure that my locks are moisturized with the types of things that I like to moisturize them with. And a lot of people will say, don't put a lot of products on your hair, don't put a lot of products on locks. But my loctician always teaches me is that locks, they are your hair. Treat it like any other hair. Just like before you had locks, or before I had locks, I would we would put Blue Magic grease in our scalp or all over our hair, and all these conditioners and all. Same process, right? So me having locks doesn't change the fact that it's still hair, and it still needs to be treated as such. One of the things that my loctician teaches me is that hair is hair. So also, another product that I like to use by Design Essentials is the Herbal Complex. It is hair and scalp treatment. And I usually put this on my scalp every now and then. A lot of times I'll go without putting a whole bunch of stuff on my scalp just because I like to keep my scalp clean. I may use edge control, but for the most part I love to use this if I'm having a day where I just feel like my scalp is dry. But for the most part I keep my scalp clear of any types of oils, and I think that's another thing that allows it to grow, because I keep my scalp so clean. Another thing I like to do, feel like my locks are brittle or super dry or going to be, I'll take the Jamaican mango and lime firm wax moringa seed oil with manuka honey, and it is simply just almost looks like grease, but it's wax and you can see it. And I love to just sometimes just take this and just rub it on my locks to strengthen them and to condition them and to make sure that they stay strong. And you can see a little bit, I'm rubbing it in up here, but it's almost like oil. It's almost just like grease, and it's just something that I've done over the past year of my regimen, just something that I added to keep my locks strong. And it really has, it's done a great job, and I just feel like my locks are growing so fast, so long, and beautiful. My goal in particular is to get them down to my waist, so I think I probably have another maybe 3 to 4 years to do that. But I do keep up my regimen so that I can reach that goal. I've kind of got a bet going on with my husband, trying to keep my locks for as long as they will go to my waist before cutting them. He thinks I may cut them before I get there, but I'm trying to win the bet here. That is my regimen. That is what I do. I did tell you that I don't sit under the dryer. I highly recommend not sitting under the dryer and just air drying your hair. But for the most part, that is my regimen. Those are the things that I'm using. I am also taking my vitamins, taking biotin, I take multivitamins, I take collagen. I am also eating a lot of protein. A lot of people don't know that, but eating a lot of protein helps you grow your hair, it helps your skin, it helps a lot of things. So I have a lot of protein in my diet, so that is also helping with my length and the fast growth of my hair. I also drink a lot of water as well, and those things all play a key role, as well as my products. But I would say that ever since I started doing the vitamin D, the biotin, the multivitamins, the collagen, my hair has just really just been growing very, very fast, and the protein rich diet. So I have at least 100 grams or more of protein a day. I am working out, so I do have a workout regimen. A lot of people don't know that, but your exercise, your health, your fitness also plays a key into the growth of your hair. And a lot of people don't exercise, work out, or don't feel like it. And when we don't do that, especially as women, whether it's strength training or cardio or things like that, when we don't do that, that plays a role in our hair and our skin and all of the things that women need to focus on. So those are some key factors. Another thing that I do is fast. I do a lot of fasting. And so when you fast, you regenerate cells, you regenerate hair growth cells. And it is the truth. As you age, as you get older, I am 37, and so as you age and get older, the less and less your hair may turn over and grow. And so the goal is to continue to take those nutrients, take those vitamins, take those things that you need, especially as a woman, to ensure that your body is healthy and to ensure that your crown stays beautiful. So I hope that this helped you. I did start with 2-strand twists, and initially I did start with the Loc Extensions. The Loc Extensions eventually just slip off. So if you've ever seen Loc Extensions or heard of the Loc Extensions, eventually they will fall off and be able to just slide them off. And that's over a period of time. Maybe within the first 2 or 3 years, they will, eventually get to the point to where they'll just slide off, or you'll be able to cut them off or undo them and slide them off. And so after that process, after sliding them all off, your hair, I recommend not cutting them, because, and I say not cutting them, a lot of people will tell you to cut them where the Loc Extension is, but your hair is in it, and that's the thing. So I wanted to keep my length and keep my hair in it. So I did have the lock extension for a while in the beginning to protect my hair, and then eventually they would slide off. But there's a way that you can cut them, and I'll show a video of that in this video as well. So I have been growing my locks for 3 years now in September, and I've got a couple that still have the tips on. However, it's not many, and I'm trying to find them so that I can go ahead and cut them off. Most of my hair has grown past shoulder length. The top, the shorter pieces were actually like my bangs in the beginning, and they have grown a lot. So if you have questions about whether lock extensions work or not, they absolutely do. Don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't start out that way, because it's not the right way, or it's not the real way, or it's not the journey or the route that everyone else would take. Take your route, take the route that you want to take, because eventually you get to the same place. So I've been working really hard at this one, and finally got it to where I could get a little closer to separating it from my lock. There we go. Came right off. See how simple it is? It's not hard. This is my hair. Wow. So simple. My hair all the way through, and it's past shoulder length. But what I'm gonna do, and I kind of know like how to not cut my hair. A lot of people have questions about that. No. How do you know if you're not gonna cut your hair? You can see your hair in these very clearly. So you can see a 2-strand twist right there. Actually, it's kind of where we started up at the top, and then just kind of grown down to my shoulders. Took a little bit, but it did it. But you can see how it stops right there. I can put my hand and you can see where it stops. And so what I'm gonna do is cut a little bit of the bottom of the tip off, so that it's not so much to work through with the tool, and a little bit easier to come apart and pull apart and manage. So we'll see if I can work through this. I thought it'd be easier if I just did it myself rather than going to a shop, because it takes a lot of time, and then some beauticians, they don't really have the time to do this type of stuff. I am going to get a cleanse today, which is why I want all these off, because I want my hair cleansed. I want all of my locks cleansed. So I'm cutting the synthetic hair right here. This is not my hair. You can see I'm on the side of the lock extension, just kind of pulling it apart and shredding the extension that was wrapped around my hair. You have to be patient. Cut around, the lock, and just keep up. There it is. That quick, that easy. And you see how long my hair was. That's why I didn't. That's another reason why you don't just want to cut right at the tip. People say, well, just cut the tips off. No, because my hair was that much in it. So you saw about maybe right here. That's how much hair was left in the tip. And this, once I get a wash, it'll curl up nicely like a nice spiral, because it's my natural hair and I didn't want to cut it. You put all this work in to grow and evolve with your locks, and they grow. So today I'm getting a wash, so I'm not really worried about it'll crinkle. But once it washes, it'll be a nice little spiral like this one. Very pretty, because this is my natural grade of hair, and so I like the ends to be like this. So that's why I just take the time to actually pull these apart and off, so that I'm not ruining my hair. Okay. You can kind of see, that you keep, the texture of your hair even through your locks. So I even started with Loc Extensions in the beginning, but I still kept my curl pattern, so you can see that. And that is just personally what I wanted to do, but it's up to, you know, you, to each his own. Some people, you know, don't care about their curl pattern or anything like that, but I wanted to keep my curl pattern. My hair is naturally curly, and so I wanted to embrace that natural look and feel. And so I'll add some pictures of things from the beginning and the start, and I hope that this helps you. I hope that it inspires you. I hope that if it's something that you want to do, if locking is something that you want to do, that you jump out there and you do it, and you don't worry about what anybody else says. And there's different ways that you can start them. You can get the smaller ones, you can get the micro locks, you can get them bigger, you can get, you know, the ones that look more like Bob Marley. You can get, there's so many ways to start your locks. There are so many types of locks. And so first, I recommend finding what you want to do, what you want to look like. I personally wanted the micro locks. I wanted the small ones. Very similar to sister locks. They are a little bigger than sister locks, but they are very similar to the sizing of the sister locks are smaller. However, they do take longer to install because they are smaller. They are very expensive. These were very expensive as well. I think I paid $3,000 for these, or a little over $3,000 to get these. So it is true that they are very, very expensive to start because I had so many. So the smaller they are, the more expensive. I spent about 15 hours in a chair. If I have not already said that on the video, because I'm going to chop this up, but I spent 15 hours getting my locks installed because they are so small, and I probably have over 300 of them, but it was worth it. And it only takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get them all twisted. I've got a great loctician, and she is wonderful and gets the job done very quickly. So if this is something that you want to do, feel free to message me in any of the means below, or drop your comments drop your questions below, and I will be sure to answer them and help you on your lock journey. And I hope that you get excited because it is beautiful, and once you start it, you will love it. You will not go back. I do enjoy swimming, going to the ocean, things like that. The only thing I would say is that the salt in the ocean can dry your locks out, so make sure that you do all of the things, all of the moisturizers, all the things that I talked about to protect your hair. Make sure you cleanse it after you get out of the ocean, or chlorine, things like that. It is hair, and it is important to protect. I also, one thing that I didn't talk about was color. I did color my hair one time over the course of 4 years. And as you can see, it's kind of already just grown out. You can kind of see it towards the bottom. But over the course of 4 years, I've only done it one time. So I don't recommend like constantly coloring your locks, because that dries your locks and it also causes damage to them as well. So that's my tidbit on that. That's another reason probably they're growing so much, because I don't put color and stuff in my hair like that. So if you want to color your hair, do it one time, be done, enjoy that color. And then if that's something that you want to do later on, I would wait a little while, and I wouldn't continuously put color and chemicals in my hair, because it will damage your locks. Okay, all right, I love you guys. I hope this was helpful. Hit that subscribe button if it was. Join me on my journey. I would love to have you. I love you guys. Bye.